originally included in the budget was 120,000 in round numbers. But what was stated that we would come back in January and take a look as a funding source was the jail revenue. So what we originally had budgeted to balance the overall budget was $1.3 million in jail fees. And we'd say we'd take a look at it depending on, you know, the federal inmates and the state inmates. So I gave you an analysis in your packet. So year to date, looks like we're going to get about 890,000 in round numbers. And if you annualize that, and the only thing I did was just simply take that number divided by 6 and multiply by 12, we'd come up with $1,779,000. So as you can see, we're about 479,000 projected over what the original budget. The current inmate count was 86, and that was December the 29th, and I think that figure is about the same.
Yes, it's the same as well.
For what we've got. So we did come back in December, and you did first of December, and we did do a budget amendment of $70,166. So what this would do would bring us back, if y'all approved the $135,000, so that would give them a $325,000 that line item, which was getting closer to the original amount that we had asked for in the original budget of $372,000. So this would allow the sheriff to purchase 4 more vehicles on this thing. So, you know, just kind of give you some additional information. Sheriff's budget is about $6.6 million, and he gets about $300,000 from the sheriff. So what the net cost of the county is about $6.3 million. Jail is about $3.4 million. So we still have expenses there, but obviously this would be a funding source, as y'all stated in the spring budget hearings on this thing. So, you know, I think we'd be okay. My recommendation would be to go ahead and approve this based on what we had said early in the spring as far as additional funding for those vehicles.
Questions from the board?
How's this going to affect our next budget?
Well, this is a one-time purchase. Right, yes, sir. I mean,
5 months, 6 months.
Sir?
We're getting close to our next budget.
Yes, sir. Here. Yes, sir. Well, this obviously will give us enough to cover this year's budget, and I'm assuming that the expenses for next year's budget will net out. What were your plans on the 4 vehicles that you're going to be replacing? Are you going to put those in surplus?
Yes, we're going to put those in surplus.
So it would be minimal effect for next year's budget.
No,
we'll have the same number of vehicles out on the road, the same amount of gas.
No tax increase?
No, sir. Well, we can't, we'll have to review that at that time.
Not for this, it's not.
But his inmate is still up, so hopefully if you can keep that inmate number up, then it'll put us in a better position for next year's budget also.
You've done an excellent job with the inmate count above what was budgeted, and sheriff reports frequently to us what his numbers are to utilize the bed space that we have available, not even for local inmates. So that's this is in response to what the board had said, bring it back to us with the information, and he's exceeded the projection. Assuming that he continues on that path, we should be fine.
You don't see anything that would be a potential negative going forward there. I mean, as far as them cutting back?
No. I mean, we're going to meet the budget, the bare minimum budget, but we should exceed that, as Mitchell said, probably 400,000 or more.
Keep taking them boys out to eat.
Basically, the increase in revenue coming through the sheriff's department is going to pay for these vehicles in full this year.
Yes, sir.
Right?
That's our projection based on what we've had for the first 6 months. Yes, sir.
Move to approve.
Second.
Move second. All in favor, let it be known by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, nay. Ayes have it, so ordered.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thanks for